What's going on YouTube? Uberman here. So Abe Hussein came out with a new video. He is doing another strike. He is also starting a website, and he's going to charge drivers a subscription fee of $10 a month. There's so many things going on here. I have to share this video with you. Of course, I'll probably insert some of my own commentary. Let's get started, shall we?
Hey everybody, it's Abe Hussein, Uber Freedom. Want to make a video and update everybody on what's going down. A lot of great things on the horizon. A lot of exciting things are happening right now with this movement. I mean, I'm so excited right now with this movement because the future is endless, and with this movement is growing like crazy. I've lost my appetite sometimes. I can't even forget to eat sometimes, especially when the strike was going on. Last week before the strike was going to happen, I was so focused on the strike that I lost my appetite. I couldn't even eat, and that's how focused I was. That's how I really feel like this is going to be successful.
It feels like it's going to be successful because he forgot to eat. Logical.
Because I'm a firm believer in what's called law of attraction. If you've ever read the book or seen the DVD called The Secret, you know what's called law of attraction. Basically, it says whatever you think about the most and you truly believe to be reality, it becomes your reality. So we all have control of our own reality. Like Napoleon Hill stated, whatever the mind of man can conceive and bring itself to believe, it can achieve. So that's why I truly feel like that's how I live my life. I'm so focused on this movement, and I truly feel like this movement is going to be the start of something great, and it's going to change Uber's policies for sure and put more money in drivers' pockets. I truly feel like this movement.
Let's stop right there for just a second. He's going to put more money back in drivers' pockets. But in order to do that, he started a GoFundMe account where he took money from drivers on a strike that he claimed was going to force Uber to increase the amount of money drivers are getting paid per mile. But that didn't happen. But he took money from drivers to do it. Money did not get put back in their pockets. And he's charging drivers $10 a month subscription fee. Where's the money getting put into their pockets? It looks like money's getting put into his pocket.
Movement to start something huge here, something big. And this isn't about me, this is about the movement, and that's why I feel like it's going to work. And
it's not about him. He just wants you to pay him to use his website.
Start with change is this will be the last video I'll make that's in my car. Obviously this is amateur footage. I'm making a video in my car with my cell phone. No. Video editing, there's no anything like that. I just make the video and upload it.
Really?
And with the movement growing like it is and growing to grow bigger and bigger, I feel like it's going to help it even more to have more professional video quality. So I teamed up with the local video editor I know here in Kansas City, and we're going to be making videos together. So this will be the last video that I have that's in my car with.
Let's just get something straight real quick. There is no video editor or video editing software on the face of God's green earth that will be able to compensate for this man's inability to clearly articulate what he is trying to say. Not going to happen. Instead of wasting your money, Abe, on a video editor, perhaps you should pay somebody to be the spokesperson of your campaign, because you ain't it, buddy. Redneck nice.
Kind of a lower end quality. But that kind of just shows you how the message is so important that where it doesn't even really matter about the quality of video.
Hold on. What did he just say? The message is so important it doesn't matter about the quality of the video, but yet he's going to frivolously spend money that's not even his on better video equipment, video recording, video editing. Contradict yourself much, Abe?
The message is so important that it still is having an effect. That's when you know you have an important message, an important, important video message to say. So,
is this guy slow?
That's going to be exciting to have better quality of videos. Not only that, but most of you are already well aware. If not, then this will be your first time hearing about it. Is I'm forming a association for the movement. The official name is called Uber Strike Movement Association. The website is uberstrikema.com. It's still being built right now. MA is for Movement Association. But this is going to be really big. I really feel like this is going to change the whole ride-sharing economy as we know it. because right now there's a whole new workforce in the ride-sharing economy, and there's been no protections really. Drivers have no protections. There's no voice for drivers. Uber can just do whatever they want, and there's nothing the drivers can do. So this will be the very real opportunity for drivers to
I still have to wonder, does he realize we are independent contractors, not employees?
create change and to get a voice and stand up against Uber. I see some other people trying to start their own groups, and a lot of people are saying that they're going to form associations now and have do things for the greater good of drivers, which is all fine and dandy. I'm not trying to put them down. Do your own thing. Do whatever you think you're going to be successful with. I'll just say this: some of the associations have been around for a while, and I asked this question, like, what have you done to improve the drivers' working conditions? What have you done to put more money in drivers' pockets?
Whoa, 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 Abe, hold on. What have these other associations done to put money back in drivers' pockets? Well, why don't we take a moment to ask you, Abe, what have you done to put money back in drivers' pockets? Because so far, I've only seen drivers give money to you. I have not seen any money go from you or from Uber because of you into drivers' pockets. At this point in time, at this juncture in your campaign, you're asking other people what they've done to put money in drivers' pockets when you yourself haven't done a damn thing but take money from these drivers. Shame on you.
I mean, myself, I started I started organizing this strike in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks time frame, it went viral and it got all over the media. Uber knows about it. Everybody's talking about it, and it made a big impact. Okay.
Oh, it made a big impact. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. Uber's laughing about it. Uber thinks it's hilarious. This is a joke. The media, they laughed at you. This was hilarious. This was the biggest Uber flop in Uber history. This was not a strike. This was a flop.
This strike was successful at raising awareness to the masses, and that was the main goal.
The strike was successful at raising awareness to the masses, and that was the main goal. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember the main goal, the primary objective being when this whole campaign started. This was the strike. This was the biggest Uber strike in Uber history, as Mr. Hussein so eloquently stated. This was going to force Uber to raise the rates, to give drivers what they wanted. Uber would have no choice, except they didn't. And now you want to turn around after the strike failed and say that it was simply to raise awareness. Well, maybe you need to articulate this to the people that are investing their money in you and in your campaign. You need to clearly tell them what it is you're actually doing, not say one thing and do another and then change it a little bit later down the road when things don't work out. People paid you money, donated money for your cause, and they got screwed. And now you're saying that it was to raise awareness? I don't think so.
We wasn't going to meet our demands in one weekend. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But it started
Obviously, it wasn't going to happen. Uber wasn't going to meet their demands in one weekend. You should have probably told that to the people that were shelling out money to you.
movement. It started a change, and that's what happens. This only took 3 weeks. Not only that, but I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. I invested $6,000 into the strike campaign, and that's what made the big impact. Okay, $5,000 out of that $6,000 was my own personal money. That's how dedicated I am to the cause. I put $5,000 up on just marketing the strike campaign with no guarantees it will even work or even get off the ground.
I've been watching for quite a while. I've been following this very, very closely. Has anybody ever seen any proof that this man has paid out anything? Any of his own money? Yet alone $5,000? Where's the proof? Show us. We need transparency. You want to be the leader? You claim to be the leader. You're self-proclaimed. Show us proof. If you're going to be a leader, you better be prepared to show evidence. Be transparent. I haven't seen anything.
But thankfully, luckily, it did, and it made a
Luckily, it did.
movement. Okay, that's how my dedication is to the cause. I'm investing my money and putting it where my mouth is. if you don't think you're so, if you want to start your own association or group, whatever, that's fine. But if you think you're going to do it without putting money into it, you're a fool. Honestly, you're a fool, because it takes money to create big waves, especially against a big company like Uber. You're not going to just create something for free and not generate any type of money.
A big company like Uber. Do you realize Uber's valued at over $50 billion? How much of a difference is it from trying to fight a $50 billion company with no dollars as it is to fight them with $5,000? $5,000 is nothing to a company like Uber. What do you really expect to gain with $5,000? You're making it sound like it's a lot of money. In reality, against a $50 billion company, $5,000 is nothing.
They're putting in the money into it and think you're going to get results. It's just not going to happen like that, for sure. Not only that, this association I'm forming is not cheap. Just the website alone that I'm forming for this association costs $5,000. That's no lie. And that's on the cheap end. For what I wanted to do with this website, $5,000 was the lowest budget I could find that company was willing to do for. Most companies are trying to charge me well over $10,000.
Let's pause for a minute. I'm sure a lot of you know web developers. I do. I personally know web developers, and I've already talked to them about his $5,000, $10,000 website. And you know how many laughs I got from this? $5,000 to $10,000 for, granted, it's a fairly complicated website. He wants to get all of the states, all of the cities that Uber is in, and organize them so that they all can have their own local chapters, if you will. And he can host videos that will go to all of them. They can all interact with each other. Obviously, he wants to collect his subscription fee from the drivers. So it is a little bit complicated, but from the web developers I've talked to, $5,000 is unbelievably expensive, and they cannot believe that someone would try charging him $10,000 for something like this. No way. He is full of it. Again, where's the proof? You spent $5,000 on a website? Show us. Why don't you put the evidence where your mouth is?
And even $5,000, they couldn't do everything I wanted them to do. And so, as the website continues to grow and membership continues to grow, I'm going to keep making the website better and better and better for the association. But it's still going to be a pretty cool website for the members to join, because it's going to connect every driver to their local city and state. It's going to be well organized, and it's going to make it a lot easier to form protest and strike in the future. But not only that, the website alone is $5,000. That doesn't include attorney fees that I've had to pay for the attorneys to help me out with this.
The attorney's fees that he had to pay to the attorneys. Nothing like being redundant, right? Moron. Again, show us some proof. You get a receipt, you get a bill. Show us some proof, Abe.
Make the strike more as legal as possible, so Uber can not do anything to try to shut it down. So this is going to be so legal that Uber will not be able to do anything to shut down the association. That's for sure. So when this is all said and done,
this will be so legal that Uber will not be able to do anything to shut the association down. Let's pause for another second and think about this logically. Even if this is airtight, even if the best lawyers in the country have managed to put this together to where Uber cannot stop it, do not think for a single minute that Uber will not bankrupt you, dragging you into court. It's not free. Uber's got plenty of investors. They've got plenty of money, okay? They don't need to actually win their case and shut the association down. All they need to do is drag your butt through court long enough to put you under, which from what I understand, he's not far from it, and they win. Period. They don't have to win the case. All they have to do is bury you. And believe me, a $50 billion company could do that in one day in court.
When launch date comes around, November 11th is the launch date for this association, I will have spent over $20,000 on this whole movement to get it kicked off the ground, okay? That's where my dedication, that's how dedicated I am on this movement, okay? I question anybody else's dedication like that, okay?
$20,000. $5,000 a minute ago, then $6,000, now $20,000, okay? We're talking big numbers now, guys. So now we're getting serious. I have to ask again, where's the proof? If you spend $20,000 on this campaign, you've got some evidence. We need to see it. Show the public. Why wouldn't you? Prove yourself to the people that you're leading. And here's another question. It's something that's been bugging me for a long time when it comes to this man. He obviously, it's accepted now. He does not drive for Uber. He was terminated. Most people know by now that he works for a diner. I can't tell you specifically what he does. He could be management, he could be a server, he could be a greeter, he could be a cook. I don't know. What I do know is that he does work for a diner. And we know that he did drive for Uber. So let's think about this. He lost a bunch of money in a Ponzi scheme called GIN, Global Information Network, okay? Lost just about everything. He is actually involved in a couple lawsuits, not the ones that he is actually filed. He is being sued himself. He works for a diner in some capacity, and he was a driver for Uber. Can somebody tell me where this man, who's just basically an average Joe, came up with $20,000 to invest in this campaign? And if you can answer that question, let's think about something else. Logically speaking, if you, an average Joe, like this man here, were to get terminated from Uber, knowing that you could never reap any of the benefits from what you are trying to do, would you take 20 grand, even if you had it, 20 grand of your own money, invested in a campaign to help other drivers get paid better wages, knowing that you will never see those better wages? What is the purpose of putting that kind of money into something like this that you cannot benefit from? I've got the answer. Number one, he didn't spend $20,000. Nowhere near 20, not even close. Nowhere near $20,000. Number two, the subscription fees. This has been planned all along, guys. He's going to reach out to drivers. He's saying what you all want to hear. More money, more money. Screw Uber, screw Uber. That's what everybody wants to hear. He's speaking the words, gaining your trust, and then you're throwing your money at him. He could potentially get rich off of drivers paying $10 a month as a subscription fee.
I literally have invested. I'm going to spend over $20,000 on this call.
Over $20,000 now.
Name one other person that is willing to do that. That's what I mean. You know, you think you can be a better
Nobody's willing to do it. Who would?
leader, all these things, whatever. That's fine. Whatever. You can't have a big movement like this without having support and also having critics. So I expect to have both sides right now, but I'm just questioning people that think they can do this better. Where have you been, and what are you going to do to make this bigger and better than I'm about to do? I mean, are you going to spend $20,000 that's going to take to form an association and put in the thousands and thousands of dollars it's going to take to market the association to get it off the ground? I'm not just going to spend the money on the website and just tell everybody about it and hope that it works. Hell no, I'm spending more than double what I spent on the Uber strike campaign to make sure that it works and get it kicked off the ground and make sure millions of people see it. That's how dedicated I am to making this thing happen, okay? That's how it's going to work. I know for sure. This is so big right now. I can feel it. This is going to be big. It's going to be huge, okay? So I'm just going to say, that's how dedicated I am to the cause, and that's why these things are big and things are happening for now, and this movement is going to be great. I met with a local union organizer in my local city yesterday. I had dinner with her. She's going to be giving me guidance. She's already given me a lot of ideas and guidance to how to help this process along and how to help the movement. So I'm making things happen. I'm doing what I can to really change this, to get this movement off the ground. So, just look forward to launch date November 11th. My phone's running out of storage. I have like 20 seconds left.
Okay, so that's the end of his video, guys. Just think about this for a minute. Granted, the strike was a flop, okay? We can all accept that. The strike was a complete failure. What I'm hearing Mr. Hussein say here is he did this, he did that, he did this, and he did this, and he did this. I never hear him give credit to the people. The people that actually went out there on their own dime, didn't go to work, lost wages, they printed flyers using their own money, went out and made the big signs to do the protest and to strike, the people that got in touch with media and actually spoke to the media, a lot of people nationwide did go out and contribute to this strike, basically following this man. And he gives absolutely no credit to anybody but himself because he's the one that did this. Guys, there's the video. You can decide on your own. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Be safe out there. Don't give this man any money. And Uber on.